Hey everybody, JJ here. Welcome back for another episode of Flipside Up with JJ. Today we have none other than my good friend Jake Northern with us today. Jake is a coach, he's an investor, he's an internet marketing wizard. The guy really knows his stuff. He's a trainer, he's an expert in his field, and he's coming to share some great knowledge and gold nuggets with us. Jake, how you doing today?
Doing great, JJ. Thanks for having me on here. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you back. I'm really excited about your topic today. You're going to be talking, as everybody knows, from the YouTube world because it's posted there, but Instagram for Realtors. I know the people on the call today are really excited to hear about it. So with no further delay, brother, take it away.
All right. Thanks, JJ. So our topic today is why your real estate business needs to be on Instagram. So the goal of this is to get you guys really active on Instagram, if nothing else. I love this platform. I've learned a lot there over these last couple of years, and I want everyone to get active on Instagram, especially with their real estate business. That's my main goal here with this presentation. And a little bit about me. I've been in the online marketing world for several years now, and I've been working with investors for the last 4 years at Fortune Builders. I recently just quit that gig to start my own marketing agency. Instagram has been a big part of that. I have to contribute a lot of my success to that platform, most definitely. So I am very excited about it. At Fortune Builders, I coached over 5,000 investors there. All focused on online marketing calls. That was my role at Mind Protein, was an online marketing expert for real estate investors. So getting them more leads essentially through using online marketing strategies. I've been doing online marketing for a total of 10 years now. I've done everything from Facebook ads to email to you name it, I've done it. Pinterest ads, I've tested out. Done on stuff on TikTok even. So I have tested out several different platforms, and currently I am also CMO of Hydra Contracting, which is located in Lincoln, Nebraska. We have 2 flips going on right now, and we have one that is completed and just listed on the market. And really where I learned Instagram was starting this account, what was formerly known as National Parks Pro, that is now known as nationalpark.com. So I ponied up and bought that domain and rebranded. So I own nationalpark.com, and that is my account. I started this account back in November of 2019, so a couple of years ago now, and I really had no idea what I was doing when I started this account. It's an account of me and my girlfriend traveling to national parks. I was posting just a few really bad photos of us going to parks. And somehow I was able to grow it into this massive following that I have now over the last couple of years. And what I did is I tested over and over again. Again, I'm a marketer. I've done everything under the sun. I saw a lot of potential in this platform, and I just kept grinding away and testing and learning new things, Googling stuff, testing strategies out, a lot of failure as well. But now I'm at a point where Instagram, Meta actually now, cuts me checks every now and then for creating videos, depending on how much engagement I get. And they can pay you as well. They'll pay you to do reels now, which is pretty awesome. So if your reel goes viral, they will actually cut you a check for that, and you can get residuals, which is great. So this platform is very, very exciting. I learned a ton here again over the last couple of years. And why this platform? Why Instagram? Why not Facebook? Why not Twitter? Why not TikTok or YouTube or some of these other platforms? I can tell you this, Facebook has been around for a long time, and you can do a lot of deals on Facebook. It is great. My favorite part of Facebook are actually groups, and I think you guys all see the value in joining Facebook groups. But outside of Facebook groups, it's a little bit semi-useless, I think. It's a big waste of time. You can waste a ton of time on that platform if you aren't using it the right way. You can do a little bit on the marketplace, but Facebook is slowly dying. And what I mean by that are business pages on Facebook. How many of you guys have active business pages on Facebook that you're posting to on a regular basis? Are you guys pretty active there? See a few hands going up. Okay. And how often do you guys post there? Once a week, a few times a month? You guys stay pretty active there? See a few heads nodding. So yeah, so how much engagement do you see there? Do you see that following growing by hundreds and hundreds of months? You guys see tons of growth using your Facebook page. Again, I don't see a lot of excitement there. So there's not much growth on Facebook pages organically. If you want to grow on Facebook, if you want to grow your business page on Facebook, what you have to do is you have to pay. You have to pay to play and take a shortcut. You have to do paid ads and you have to pay Facebook to get followers on their platform now if you want to get significant reach. You're not going to get very significant organic reach on that platform anymore. We just don't see it. A couple of years ago, you probably could have. You definitely could have. And 5 years ago, you certainly could have. If you post on a regular basis, Facebook would give you organic reach. You would get followers for posting. But now it's very, very difficult to see that growth. And if you don't believe me, create your business page and post there a few times a week and see how many new followers you actually get by doing that. And same on Twitter. If you just create a Twitter account and just start posting there, you're not going to see a ton of growth. You're going to see a little bit. You might get a few follows here and there, but you're not going to see significant growth on these platforms. Now, TikTok, you can see some pretty good growth on TikTok. But what's wrong with TikTok is there's a lot of fake followers on there, a lot of fake accounts. The engagement rates aren't great. And you might not find your exact audience, a real estate audience on TikTok that's either a serious buyer or a serious seller or a money lender. You might not find them very easily on TikTok. Now, YouTube is great. YouTube is a great platform. They're actually going to pay you as well. I love YouTube. But the thing about YouTube is the growth is extremely slow. And if you don't believe me, try and create a YouTube account and post a few videos up there and see how many subscribers you get. It is a painfully slow process to grow that account. Now, for a lot of people, it's worth it. And I do recommend that you do get on YouTube and create those channels, but your expectations just have to be that's going to take years before you actually see significant growth there. So the difference is that on Instagram, you're able to see amazing growth really quickly. In fact, Reels are the #1 way to grow on any platform right now. If you want to get seen, if you want to get in front of your audience, create an Instagram Reel and you will get in front of them very, very quickly for free. So Instagram has 15 to 20 times the engagement rate of Facebook and Twitter. That's insane. 15 to 20 times. And I believe those stats. Again, I've posted on Twitter. I've been posting on Facebook groups forever. No one really sees your post. You're just throwing stuff out there and no one is seeing it. But if you know how to use Instagram and game the system a little bit, know how the algorithms work and that there are different algorithms for different parts of Instagram, then you're able to see massive engagement rates. And again, get your content in front of your audience much more quickly. So a big part of this growth on Instagram was COVID, of course. 2020 hit, and then 2021 hit. It didn't get much better. So people are sitting on their phones all day. They're watching videos now. TikTok had a crazy influence on all social media. And now short form video is the latest and greatest craze, creating videos that are 15 to 30 seconds long. And people will sit there all day and watch these videos. I've seen them do it. So that's how people are consuming content right now. It's getting shorter and shorter. 15 to 30 second videos are the way to go. Okay, and then the average user on Instagram spends almost an hour per day on there. As I mentioned, they'll sit there and watch video after video, and it's really an amazing way to get in front of your audience, and they will spend a lot of time in there. 50% of Instagram followers follow at least one business. So they are interested in doing business on Instagram. They will buy things on Instagram. Your audience is on Instagram. Another big number here is that Instagram helps 80% of users decide which product or service to buy. That's huge. Instagram wants to make sales. They want to help you make sales. The more sales that they help you make on Instagram, the more you make, the more you're going to spend there. That's what they're thinking. The more time you're going to spend there on Instagram as opposed to TikTok and YouTube. These platforms are getting very, very competitive. They're seeing that YouTube is paying people to create content on their platform. And now Instagram, and I wouldn't be surprised if TikTok starts to do the same. So they're trying to keep you on their platform, not only as a consumer, but as a content creator, as a business as well. They want you to grow your account there. They're going to help you. They're going to help you find your audience. So that is really important. Not every other platform is really that focused. So again, your audience is on Instagram. We saw a huge boost in 2021. It passed 1 billion users, which is a crazy high number for a platform to have. So yes, your audience is on Instagram. You can find motivated sellers on Instagram. You can find contractors and money lenders in your area. They're on there and they will engage with your content. You just have to know how to reach them and how to create that content in an engaging way so that they're going to respond to it. So what tasks matter the most on Instagram? Well, initially, as you're creating your account and getting your approach and creating your content calendar, you want to start with the research. Before you do anything, you want to see ideally what your competitors are doing. If you can find any competitors in your local market, they have done a lot of that difficult work for you. They have let you know what works in your local market and what doesn't work in their local market. So you can look through some of their content, you can see what they're doing, what their strategies are, and you can benefit tremendously by finding a few local competitors in your market. You can see what hashtags they're using, what trends they're jumping on that worked or flopped, and you can recreate content around that. So doing your research up front is incredibly important. And then another key factor here is the more you post, the more impressions you're going to get, the more you're going to be in front of your target audience, the more you're going to warm them up to reaching out to you, and the more leads and sales you're going to get. So post frequently. Most businesses post about once per day, maybe a little bit less than that. I recommend you post a little bit more than that. 45 times per month is a really good frequency to try and hit. So that's about 1.5 times per day. And to do that, you want to create your posts in batches. You certainly don't want to sit there every day and make it the time to post an Instagram post. So create it in batches. I usually do this every week. You can do it every month if you want. You can sit down for the entire month and create your content and batch it out using a posting software. And that's going to help you tremendously hit this 45 times per month number. And then follow up is really important as well. Engaging with your audience. That is a huge part of Instagram. It's not just putting a post out there and having a deal fall in your lap, right? You have to engage with your audience. You have to reply to comments that you get. You have to reply to messages that you get. You have to leave comments yourself, and you have to send outbound messages. So engagement is a big part of Instagram. But again, everyone is moving towards this platform. A lot of people are moving off Facebook. A lot of people don't like Facebook. A lot of the demographic is a little bit younger on Instagram. So you're going to be able to find people who are going to fit your niche a little bit better. So keep this stuff in mind, guys. That follow-up is crucial. And what exactly should you be researching on Instagram before you launch your campaigns? Well, again, I mentioned your competitors. That is the first thing you want to do is try and find maybe 5 to 10 other real estate investors or at least realtors that are in your local market. Target them, follow them, And then another big hack here is you can add them as a close friend. The way you do that is after you hit the follow button, you hit the follow button again, and there's a little down arrow button that will appear. So if you're not on Instagram already, definitely pull out your phone and start looking for some competitors in your market. So that's going to be step one. Everyone look for, and a good way to do that is just to go to the search bar. You're going to see a little magnifying glass there in Instagram. You can just open that up, hit the magnifying glass at the bottom, and then just type in your market name plus real estate and put a space in there. So I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm going to type in Washington, D.C. real estate, and I'm going to see several different accounts here that are going to pop up. So I'm going to click on one of them. I'm going to hit the follow button. And then now if I hit the follow button again, there's a list that appears. It pops up at the very top option of that list. It says add to close friends list. This is my very first pro tip here for you guys, is to keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. Keep your competition as a close friend. Build out this close friends list, because now what you're able to do is you're able to open up your main menu. So if you go to your profile, if you hit your profile picture in the lower right-hand corner, then if you hit the menu, the three lines in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see close friends right there on that list. And you're going to see a list of your close friends. So it's a really good way to track your competitors and to track anyone else. If there's any big real estate accounts that you want to add as a close friend and keep an eye on, you can add them there. And then when they post as well, another big tip here is when you click on your close friends account, there's going to be a bell icon at the very top. I'm not sure if you guys can see my phone. There's a bell icon right here. You can click this bell icon and you can receive a notification when they post or when they do a story. And that way you can engage with their content as well. And you can see who's leaving comments there, and you can engage with the people who are commenting on that post. So follow your competitors, keep them close to your chest, so to speak, see what they're doing. And that way you're going to have a good idea of what works and what doesn't work content-wise in your local market. And then also you can go through some of their hashtags and see what hashtags your competitors are using. Are they using any local hashtags? Are they using any real estate hashtags that are more specific? Are they using a combination? Is there a local real estate hashtag that they're using, or multiple hashtags that they're using? And then you can swipe those and use those in your posts when you create posts as well. Is there anything in the particular niche that they're doing well? Are they doing any real estate related content that's really informative or entertaining that we might be able to replicate? Are they doing anything about the local market? Are they providing knowledge? Are they educating people about the local market? Are there any numbers there? Is there any data they're providing? So look at that and see again if there's anything we can swipe and use in our content. So this competitor research is huge. And if you're not able to find any investors in your market, you should be able to find some realtors that you can target as well. They're going to be using a lot of hashtags. They probably have some good data that you can swipe. So find some local realtors and make sure to add them as close friends as well. So hashtags, we talked about these a little bit, but you're able to use up to 30 in a post. So I recommend you do use all 30 or pretty close to that. Maybe 20 to 30 hashtags is pretty solid. Certainly use at least 5 to 10 if you're able to, but this is something you can continue to build out. So if you're just getting started, maybe add just 5 or 10 hashtags. And then as you do more competitor research and as you do more additional research for finding hashtags, you can start to build up an inventory of those and swipe a few hashtags in and out. And then again, build up at least 30 that you can use. And then you can use a max per 30 per post. Then you'll just test them out, see which hashtags are working, which ones are not working, and then you can optimize by continuing to use the hashtags that are working for you. You should also use a mix of real estate hashtags and local hashtags. So for example, again, I'm CMO for Hydra Contracting, and we're out in Lincoln, Nebraska. So when I make posts for them, I use local hashtags, some for Lincoln and Omaha, Nebraska, and then I use some that are real estate related, real estate, an investor, realtor, real estate agent. And then I use some that are a combination of both. So Lincoln real estate, Nebraska real estate, Omaha real estate, and make a nice combination of those. And that should give you maximum exposure and hit your target audience. So that, and really what hashtags do is just get you more impressions. If you don't know how those work, you can get more impressions. People can search for hashtags. And really what they do is they allow Instagram to better categorize your posts. You're really letting Instagram know who your post is designed for. So keep that in mind. If you don't want to create just 30 general hashtags, and if one day you're posting something about contractors and the next day you're posting something about realtors, you're probably going to use different hashtags for those. You want to have some for your different target audience, your different avatars as well. Another big thing here, one more big hack, is that you're able to minimize your hashtags. You can put them in the first comment, and that leaves them out of the caption. And that creates a more nicely branded post. You look more professional when you do it that way, and you're able to shrink that first comment and hide your hashtags as well if you put 5 dots above them. So if you put a period and then an enter, a line break, and then another period, and then if you do that 5 times and then include your hashtags, what will happen is Instagram will collapse that first comment, and people will only be able to see those hashtags if they click on it. So again, it just makes your posts look a lot more nicely presented when it goes live. All right, so we got a couple of questions here in the chat. Let me just take a second, see if there's any of these I can answer really quickly. Do people see that you have added them as a close friend? Great question there. To my knowledge, no, they do not see that you have added them as a close friend. And one other tip here is you can add as many close friends here as you want. So it's not like you can fill that list up. You can add as many of them as you like. So add a ton of people to your close friends list. All right, very good. So niche research. What are other investors and realtors doing that's working well that we can replicate? And again, I talked about this a little bit earlier. So just find and see if there's anything real estate related that we can swipe, whether it is a good post that we can easily replicate, and we can use Canva to do that. Canva is an amazing design software. If you guys aren't doing anything in Canva yet, certainly do that. They have Instagram posts and templates that are pre-designed for you. All you have to do is just swipe in your photos and swap out a few different colors and change in some text, and you have some very nice Instagram content to use. So yeah, see if there's anything we can replicate in Canva very easily. See if there's any trends we can jump on that worked well for them. Then local market research. Again, we've talked about that a little bit already. So now let's talk about the different types of posts on Instagram. Well, we have single image posts, we have carousels, we have stories, we have reels, and we have Instagram TV. So let me go through these here one by one, and we'll talk about these different post types and the different ideas behind them and the different goals behind them. So with single image posts, these are going to be your bread and butter. You're going to make these more than any other type of post. They're very simple. It's just one image up there. And the purpose of single image posts is to get you more followers, to get you to grow your account, really. And Also, it's for branding. You can make very quick statements here. People are going to see them very quickly. So you can just leave some data, or you can brand your account a little bit or a little bit better with single image posts. And then we have Reels. So Reels are also for account growth. And Reels are probably the single best way to grow your account right now across any platform. So Reels are 30-second videos, 15 to 30-second videos. They might even go up to 1 minute now on Instagram. But the shorter, the better. If you can make an awesome reel in 15 seconds, that's how you want to do it. The shorter, the better. That's how you want to be thinking. 15 to 30-second videos. Short form video content is what we call that. And again, TikTok really changed the world with this concept. Our attention spans have just gotten shorter and shorter. You really need to be making short form video content. And that is the most effective way to get your audience into your funnel. And from there, they're going to be messaging you or sending you emails. But short form video is how you want to create all of your content to make that the top of your funnel is what we call it. So the top of your funnel should all be short form videos, and Reels are the best way to do that across any platform. And again, face to camera is really big as well. So providing really good content, getting in front of the camera, if you're able to do that, if you feel pretty comfortable with that. If not, start to get comfortable with that. This is how you make money, is getting in front of the camera and teaching people a little bit that they didn't know, something that's easy to implement, easy to apply that they didn't know. So that's going to be the best type of content to create, short form video content, create reels. That definitely needs to be part of your content strategy. You should post maybe a reel 2 or 3 times a week for getting started. Carousels. So carousels are great as well. Huge engagement signals we can get from creating carousels. And what you want to do is you want to go for saves. You want to create an awesome, and what let me take a step back here. And carousels, what they are they're single image posts that you can swipe. You can swipe through them, and there's up to 10 images that you can include in a single carousel. And you can create very seamless, really neat carousels in Canva. Definitely check out that platform. Again, I love Canva. I use it all the time. So you can create carousels in Canva, and you're going for saves, and you're trying to provide tons of value and information with the content you deliver through a carousel. And you want to encourage them to save that post, and you want to use that call to action at the end of it. So stories are a great way to nurture your audience. The people who see your stories are followers that you already have. So what you're doing with, as I mentioned earlier, with the single image posts and the reels is you're getting followers to follow your account. And then with stories, what you're doing is you're getting them to reach out to you. You're getting them to click on links. You're getting them to take that next step. So you're developing your relationship with them. You're building rapport. You're nurturing your audience. So you should post stories a few times per week, every day if you're able to. And now what's great with stories is that you're able to send links through any story. You used to have to be able to have 10,000 followers before you could send a link. But now you don't need to swipe up anymore. There is a link sticker in all of your stories. So anyone can send a link and drive traffic through stories. So that's a great way to go from follower to buyer or seller. And then we have Instagram TV, and this is longer form content. Think of YouTube on Instagram. So I mentioned Reels are 30 to 60 seconds. This is for videos that are 60 seconds or longer. So if I wanted to take 5-minute chunks of this webinar and cut it up, then I would put that on Instagram TV. That would be a great format for it. If I wanted to put the whole entire webinar on there, I could do that as well. So Instagram TV, again, is for longer form content. And that is to get your audience more engaged as well. You're not going to get a lot of followers through creating long form content. What you're doing is you're creating more rapport, and you're creating a lot more for your audience who already follow you to chew on, and you're giving them more content, and you're giving them more insight. You're doing more for them, right? You're giving them more about your credibility. There we go, creating more credibility. And what else matters on Instagram besides posting? Well, we have our bio, we have Linktree, and there's also engagement. So these are big parts of Instagram. So optimizing your bio. This is one thing you guys are able to do right now. So if you do have your phone, I want you guys to rewrite your bio. And the first thing that we're able to do, this is the next big major hack that I'm going to give you guys for free on a call, is we're able to change our name on Instagram. And we're able to change that so we can get more followers in our local market. And what you want to do is you don't want to change your username or your handle. You can actually change your name in your account. So the way we do that is if you go to edit profile, you go to your profile, then you hit edit profile. Right underneath your profile picture, the first thing you're going to see there is your name. And then below that, you see your username. So don't change your username. You want to change that very first option that says name. And what you want to do there is you want to include your local market name, and then you want to add real estate. And that is going to be your name. So if you're in the Seattle market, your name should be Seattle Real Estate. And if you are in the New York market, your name should be New York Real Estate. And the reason why is because when people search for that, just like we did earlier, your account will pop up, and you're going to get a lot of followers, and you're going to get a lot of people who are looking to buy or sell properties. Right? That is a very big buying signal if people are searching for their market and real estate, and then your account comes up, and then they see all the posts you've created, right? They're going to reach out to you. You're going to get a lot of leads that way. And again, Instagram is not going anywhere, right? There's only more and more people coming to Instagram from other platforms. And I bet you anything, a lot of your competitors are not doing this yet. So beat your competitors to the market. Create your Instagram account if you haven't done it already. Get this stuff up there. Get content coming in. Get these followers coming to your account. Because again, it's only growing. And over the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to be the platform. People are going to be off Facebook. No one's going to be buying real estate on TikTok. A lot of transactions are going to be taking place on Instagram. They're building this platform out more and more. Facebook knows this. Facebook owns this, or Meta now knows this. And they're developing out this platform more and more. They're making it easier for sales to take place here. You guys need to be doing this stuff now. Beat your competition to the market here. And then in our bio, we also want to have 3 sentences and then a then a link. So the first sentence is who we are. The second sentence is what we do. And the third one should be a call to action. And you can also mix in any authority numbers you have or figures you have that might give you more credibility, any authority statements, right? So who you are, we buy and sell houses all over Southern California. What you do, who you're going after, right? And then a call to action. Click here to connect. And then if you have any, we've done X amount of deals. We've done 25 plus deals. We've done 200 deals, right? So if you're a realtor, I've done X amount of listings. So any authority statements you're able to add that create credibility, make sure to add those in that second statement as well. And then always use a call to action. Click here to connect. Always try and drive traffic. Your bio is one of only 3 ways to drive traffic on Instagram. And if you're not using it correctly, if you're not using a call to action and getting them to click that link, then you're missing out on a huge opportunity here. So make sure to have a link in there, and you can use a link tree. A link tree, if you don't know what that is, you're going to see a lot of these on Instagram. The reason why we use a link tree is because Instagram only lets you put one link in your bio. So what you do is they click that link, and then on your link tree, you're able to create a mobile-friendly landing page that has several different buttons on it. And you're able to send them to different pages using that link tree. So it's a really awesome service. You can create one for free. If you need help with that, just reach out, let me know. I can help you set up your link tree. But it's a really awesome way to really segregate your traffic as it comes through. And now you can use different calls to action in your post. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. So here's what that link tree looks like on mobile. So again, they click that link, they're going to see a page that looks like this. And now I can get more granular with my audience. I can say, if you want to sell a home, click here. And now they go to the selling page on my website, where I have a particular form there, where if they fill out that form, now they're going to get emails about selling a home. Same thing with buying a home. It's going to go to a certain page, a certain funnel setup for all of these different options, all of these different avatars. I have a funnel set up for. So if they click on that, they're going to go down my funnel. I'll get them into my email sequence. I'll arrange a phone call from there, and then I'll work those leads. So you can set up a link tree very easily. Again, that is a free service you can use. You can set them up for all these different audiences, or whatever you want. You can set up as many links there as you want. Definitely set one up. It's a really good service. And let's talk about these different avatars for real estate. Who do we actually want to be targeting on Instagram and creating content for? So for real estate investors, we want to be going after realtors. You want to be going after motivated sellers there, of course, so we can get more deals. You can also find a lot of retail buyers there who are looking to purchase homes that you just rehabbed. You can find contractors there, and you can find a lot of money on Instagram. There are tons of money lenders. That's what I get hit up probably the most on Instagram, is about money. So if you need to grow any of those lists, this is a great place to grow your account and to create content for these different audiences. So defining our goals. This gives us the what. And this comes to content creation. You go to create your content for those different avatars. This gives your account some structure, because I get asked all the time in my consultations, what do I actually post on Instagram? And then I see this all the time. I look through different accounts, and it's just a bunch of "we buy houses" ads, and they haven't done anything different. They're not really getting creative at all. They're only targeting one audience, and they're saying the same thing over and over and over again. It's really bad. So defining our goals and determining what we're going to do before we actually create our content, and having an idea in mind of who we're creating it for, is going to save you tons of time during your weekly content creation sessions. And a few pro tips here, guys. We want to be posting content every day. Again, I mentioned we want to be doing 30 to 45 posts, ideally more than every day if you're able to. But frequency isn't the only important thing. Those should be high quality posts. We don't want to just put a bunch of "we buy houses" ads out there, right? Those get boring. Those are really annoying. If I see another one, I'm going to puke. So make sure that you guys are creating high quality content. Tell me you sell and buy houses without telling me, right? I don't want to see another neon yellow sign with black letters on it. And another tip here is target just one avatar at a time. Don't target realtors, money lenders, and buyers and sellers all in one post. Have a particular audience in mind before you create that content. Use hashtags that match that. Use a great image that matches that. Some additional pro tips here, guys. Use just one call to action. As we're targeting just one audience, we want them to take just one action. Click the link in our bio, send me a DM, whatever it is. Double tap this to like if you're going for followers. Have an idea of what you want to do for each post. Each post should have a goal, right? We're not just creating content for content's sake. Don't just create 45 posts and expect to get deals, right? Each one should have a goal in mind, and a clear call to action and a clear avatar that you're targeting. And it should have a very high quality image. That is your headline on Instagram. It's the first thing they're going to see, but they're still going to read your caption. So just because images are really important, you still want to write something that's going to captivate them. It's going to get them to take action. 60 words is the ideal length for your caption, 60 to 75 words, right? That's not a little bit. That's a decent, that's probably 4 or 5 sentences that you want to be writing for each caption. So don't just say, check this out and message me. You have to write something. They're going to read that and they're going to take action. So another way to give your content more structure is to create content buckets. And these are 4 to 5 different things that you're going to be creating content around. They're different from avatars, right? We're not talking about creating content for realtors or just contractors, but how are you going to target them? What is that content going to be about per se? So some really good ideas for content buckets. Let's take a look at some of those. We buy and sell houses, right? I talked about this earlier. Tell me you buy and sell houses without telling me you do this. And again, that should just be one of your content buckets. You should post about 4 or 5 other things, not only this. That's the one biggest mistake I see probably with real estate investors who have no idea what they're doing on Instagram. It's all they do is post "we buy houses" ads, and they don't provide anything about their company. They're not differentiating themselves. There's no unique selling proposition. They're only posting about one thing, and it gets really, really boring. So target other avatars. Don't just target motivated sellers. Don't just target realtors. Definitely create content for those other avatars that I mentioned, for your contractors, for your money lenders, for your retail buyers. They'll reach out as well. You can build those lists. So consider those other avatars, guys. Before and afters. Take all your before and after photos that you have, any content you have access to, any deals that you've done. Definitely take those and create Instagram posts for those. People want to see those. The before and after photos and reels and any videos you make with those perform very, very well. Behind the scenes. This is huge. People want to see who you guys are and what you do a little bit. So show some behind the scenes stuff. You looking at properties, you going to open houses, you going to investor meetups, that sort of thing. The lighter side of real estate. So show you guys maybe making a few mistakes here and there, or making a few jokes here and there, right? Find a few memes that are performing really well and recreate those. Doesn't always have to be serious. Anyone you've worked with, any lives you changed along the way, tell those stories. So if you have any customers you worked with, if you're new, you obviously can't do this. But think about maybe other industries that you've worked in, or any testimonials or any stories that you have access to. You guys want to use those. Take advantage of those. Another big thing here is explain your why you got into real estate investing in the first place, why this is important to you, what you're doing with your money, your future. Definitely talk about that stuff, guys. People want to know about that. All right, I talked a little bit earlier about a unique service proposition or unique selling proposition. Let's talk about why that's important. And on Instagram, it's really important because it's what makes us different. We're not just another real estate account, just another we buy houses account, right? We have a story to tell, and it's the one thing or two things that make us really stand out in our market. Maybe we've been there for 20 years and we know the market really, really well. Maybe we emigrated there and we have a cool story to tell about that. Maybe we've done 20 plus deals there and we've worked in all these different neighborhoods and we've redeveloped all these different neighborhoods, and that's important to tell as well. So talk about what makes you guys a little bit different as a company, what you can do if you focus on subject to or creative financing, right? That's important to highlight. So talk about what makes you different as an investor. And really what you want to sell them on with that unique service proposition is there's two things. What are you selling? What are your services and your products? Pretty obvious what we do. And why should they buy from you in particular and not any of your competitors? So if you can sell them on those two things, then you have a really strong, unique service proposition. And you should be highlighting that very often in your Instagram posts. That's going to be what gets them to take action, is having that unique service proposition. All right, a couple of different USPs here. Again, maybe you have tons of experience. Maybe you've done a huge deal in your market. Maybe you haven't done many deals, but you did one that was massive and very noteworthy that you're able to talk about. Maybe you've been a part of that community for a really long time, or you have an awesome backstory that you want to highlight. That's important to tell on Instagram. Make sure that comes through in your account. That should be one of your content buckets. So acquiring content. Let's talk about acquiring content. And that might sound like an interesting phrase, but we actually can acquire content. You don't always have to use your content. You don't always have to create content. And this is a big part of what I did at nationalpark.com is I acquired pretty much all of my content. Again, I only made a handful of posts there. The way I grew that account is by using stock photos. I used stock photos of national parks and I wrote information about it. And that was the first step, right, in acquiring content. And there's tons of stock photo sites you guys can use now to acquire content from. You can get that content through Canva, iStock. There's tons of free ones you can use. So that's how I grew the National Park account, is just posting stock photos of national parks, leaving lots of information there, testing out new hashtags and using those engagement strategies. And then from there, what I was able to do is get user-generated content. That was one of my biggest hacks, is reaching out to other people who have Instagram accounts and asking them if it's okay if I repost their images. And almost all of them say yes, because it's a win-win situation. I win because I got more content to post and I don't have to create posts or take photos. And they win because they got more exposure. My audience would see that I used their photo and I would tag them and I would mention them in the comments. And then now my audience is following them. So creating those win-win partnerships was big on Instagram. And there's a lot of different ways you can do that, not only with user-generated content, but with influencers and a lot of different ways that you can build out your account without actually having to do too much. So acquiring content is a huge strategy, especially if you don't want to get in front of the camera or work it that way. You're able to acquire a lot of content. So let's talk about ways we can do that. The first thing you can do to just acquire content is go through what you already have. Maybe you have some older photos and images that you need to dust off, but that's a great place to start. Just go with what you already have. So you can use that, any fix and flips you've done, anything real estate related or business related that you've done, any headshots, any shots of you at networking events, you're going to open houses, that sort of thing. That's really low hanging fruit. You should always be taking those images when you go there as well. local photographers. If you don't have any headshots yet, you can get some photos taken. You can hire a local photographer. Thumbtack.com is a great resource for that. You can use Thumbtack. Maybe do this on a monthly basis to keep that content fresh. You can maybe hire them for a couple $100 and get headshots of you different places in front of real estate, or just business related headshots. That's a good way to go as well. And take advantage of any staging opportunities that you guys get. If you are staging a home and you hire a photographer to do that, get some headshots there. That's great for Instagram. So before and after photos, I talked about that a little bit. Those are great opportunities to get more content on your account. Customer testimonials, really awesome as well. If there's any challenges, if there's any new Realts trends you can jump on that look like low-hanging fruit that you might be able to get away with, definitely jump on those. User-generated content, I talked about that a little bit. That was massive for me. If you have any good relationships with like realtors in your local area, or if you have some other fix and flips from people in a different market, you can share those as well. Any partners or brand ambassadors that you've worked with, maybe again, contractors that you've worked with or realtors that you've worked with, you can share some of their content and tag them, and you can use that as well. Another big one is stock photos in Canva. That is a great source. That's where I started. You can do a lot with those two platforms, just getting stock photos, dragging them into Canva, adding text to those, using the templates they already have in there and just editing those. That's a great resource for acquiring content. So after we have all of this content going out, you guys, we have to engage with this. You might have heard the phrase, content is king. Well, engagement is queen. And I'm pretty sure I coined that phrase, so don't steal that. But engagement is critically important to your account. Without any engagement, you're never going to make any sales. You're never going to find any deals. You're never going to raise any money. You have to be engaging. You have to be leaving comments. You have to be replying to comments. You have to be replying to DMs. You have to be sending DMs. Direct messenger is the probably single best way to make sales on any platform. If you guys aren't using Messenger on Facebook or Instagram or any other platform, you have to send direct messages, especially on Instagram. It is the best way to get sales and to send links and drive traffic and get whatever it is that you're going for. So one big hack here, if you want to double your engagement rate, reply to every single comment that you get. Very simple. No one really does this, but you should be replying to every single comment that you get. And if Instagram sees that, they're going to reward you with more action, with more followers. They're going to show your account to more people because they know that you engage their audience. And we have to think about things through Instagram's mindset. They can send someone who they know is interested in local real estate to you, or to a local realtor, or to one of your competitors who's another investor in your market. But if they know that we take care of our audience, if we engage with them, if we have super high engagement rates, they're going to come to us. Instagram is going to reward us with more audience. That's it. They're going to give us more followers, which leads to more leads, more deals. So we need to reply to every single comment that we get and leave an informative comment as well. It's not just a quick emoji. Leave a sentence or two. Let your audience know that you actually care. And here's how we're going to do that. Right? Here's me doing that with nationalpark.com. And you also want to make sure that your posts and your comments match your tone. Going for this funny or playful account or more lighthearted account, keep that in mind. If you want to have a more serious or professional account, you can have that in mind. Or if you're going for this more of a entrepreneurial or boss babe or baller go-getter type account, you want to keep that tone consistent with your comments. And you want to do the same with messages as well. Reply to every single message that you get and keep your tone the same as well. And again, Instagram will see that you're replying to your DMs. You're not leaving your audience hanging by having them reach out to you, take action, and you don't even respond. I see a lot of accounts do that as well. They get leads that come through and they don't even respond to them. They don't even work their DMs. So make sure and spend time in here. The more time you spend in your DMs, the more messages you're going to get. And again, this is the best way to make sales and get leads is to send messages across different platforms. So work your Instagram messages for sure. Nurture your audience, collect phone numbers and email addresses, and make more sales. That's going to be how you use DMs. You can send, it's one of the 3 ways that you're also able to send links and drive traffic on Instagram. So a couple of pro tips here, guys. You can respond to all of your comments and all of your messages on Facebook Business Manager. So if you haven't set that up, take a little bit of time to set up your Facebook Business Manager. Again, Meta, Facebook owns Instagram. So you can connect your Instagram account to your Facebook business page, and you can respond to all of your messages and all of your comments on desktop, which is awesome. You don't have to do it through your phone at all. But if you want to do it through your phone, what you're able to do is you're able to reply to comments with a direct message. So on your mobile device, if someone leaves a comment on one of your posts, you can send them a direct message now right from that comment. And that's a great way to take it to the next level. If they're showing an engagement signal that they're interested, you can send them a link directly from that comment. And you can automate this process as well. There are now chatbots you can use. Facebook allowed API to connect with the direct messenger. So there are a couple of different automated tools you can use to respond to every single comment that you get, which is awesome. And not only on Instagram are you able to post and get people reaching out to you, but you can also do outreach on Instagram, which is crucial. It's a big part of our strategy there. And the 3 ways you're going to be doing outreach on Instagram is you're going to be targeting geotags, which are location tags. You're going to be going after local hashtags and real estate hashtags. And you're going to be going after your competitors and really your competitors' audience. You're going to try and convert your competitors' audience into your audience. And a few ways to grow your account here by using Instagram. So my main ways to grow the account were to use follow, unfollow strategy was the first thing I did for National Parks Pro. After I got all the content and the user-generated content, what I did is I found some National Parks accounts. I clicked on their followers, and then Instagram gives you an entire list of all of their followers. Then what you can do is go through and follow every single one of them if you wanted to. Now you have to do that wisely. You have to follow certain steps in order to do that. So only follow about 25 per day and space that out over the course of about 15 or 20 minutes. So you don't want to just sit there and follow, 2,000 people, or Instagram will ban your account, or you'll get some functionality removed from your account. So use that strategy sparingly, but you can follow your competitors' followers, and a certain percentage of them are going to follow you back. And for new accounts, that's probably the number one way to grow your account, is to follow some of your competitors' followers and do that strategically. So that is a huge hack right there. Engagement groups are another great way to grow your account and get more engagement from your followers. So how engagement groups work is that Instagram, one of the algorithms there measures how your followers engage with your posts. So every time you actually make a post, how it works is Instagram will show your post to a certain percentage of your followers, maybe 2% or less even than that. So it's going to show your post just a handful of followers. And if they engage with it, if they like it, and if they follow it, it's going to show it to more and more followers. And if they engage with it and like it, it's going to show it to more and more. And then eventually these posts go viral. They end up on the explore page. And that's how you get more accounts to follow you who didn't follow you in the first place. It's getting your content to go viral by ending up on the explore page. So engagement groups, how they work is, let's say we all joined an engagement group, and every time I post, you guys all go out and like it and comment on it and engage with it. Now Instagram is going to show that to a much higher percentage of my audience. And then every time you guys post, I receive a notification and I do the same. We all leave comments on it. We all engage with it. And what it does is just helps everyone who's in that group, right? We all get more engagement from our own followers because we're letting Instagram know right off the bat that this post is really good. So I have an engagement group going. If you guys want to join that, send me an email and I can invite you to that engagement group for real estate investors. Influencer marketing. So you guys have maybe heard about influencers. Maybe it is a cryptic concept to you. You have no idea how to work these influencers. Well, what we can do is find people who have Instagram related accounts or accounts related to your local market, and you reach out to them and try and negotiate a deal for getting in front of their audience. Whatever it is, you might have to pay them. You might have to post some of their content on your account. There's different ways to arrange that, but influencer marketing on Instagram is a massive strategy for getting tons of great followers. A couple other things here, guys. There are local pages you can follow that maybe aren't necessarily related to real estate, but there are city pages. For example, in San Diego, when I lived there, there were tons of San Diego fan pages. And also neighborhoods within San Diego, they also have their own fan pages. So North Park and PV and Ocean Beach and some of those other neighborhoods also had fan pages dedicated to them. So you can follow those. Those are filled with people who are in your local market who are potentially buyers and sellers. That is a great strategy for finding that more granular audience. And also you can hire virtual assistants on Instagram. This is an amazing strategy. What you can do is you can hire them to basically scrape data for you. You can, anytime you click on someone's profile, there is a contact button there. And most people add either their phone number or their email address. So you can hire a VA to go on Instagram and scrape local realtors' contact information for you, and then have them even reach out for you as well. So that's a great way to build your list, is to hire a VA and scrape data or send out outbound messages for you. All right, guys, I talked a little bit earlier about the 3 ways to drive traffic on Instagram, and why this is important is because you want to build a list. As JJ mentioned earlier, at any time, Facebook might shut his group down or something could happen. Think of these platforms as rented land. You don't own this land. At any time, you could potentially lose all of your contacts. At nationalpark.com, I could lose all 133,000 contacts I've made there. So I've made a huge effort to convert that list to email. So I'm trying to take them from my Instagram account and turn them into an email list. And now I own them, so to speak. It's traffic that I own. I can remarket to them whenever I want. I can send them an email or text them. SMS is huge as well. So I can get their data and message them. So try to convert that audience, drive traffic off Instagram, and try to collect as much data as you can. So let's talk about the 3 ways to do that. The first is the link in your bio. Again, that's why we have a link tree on there. And that's why we want to create that funnel to get them to click on that link. We want to try and get as many link clicks as we possibly can in our bio. So you can use that as a call to action in any of your posts. Click the link in our bio for more information. Also, direct messages, probably my personal favorite way to drive traffic. You're able to build more rapport. You're able to answer any questions. You're able to move that conversation forward really quickly and then decide when you want to send them a link. So DMs are probably the best way to send links and make sales on this platform or any platform. Stories. Third and final way, as I mentioned earlier, you don't need 10,000 followers anymore to drive traffic there's no swipe up feature is what it used to be called. You used to have 10,000 followers to unlock the swipe up feature. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was, but now you don't really need 10,000 followers anymore. Anyone can do it. All you want to do is click the stickers when you create a story, and you'll see the link sticker in there. So now you can drive a traffic with any of your stories. And again, just use a call to action to drive that traffic. So I want you guys, again, to just take more action on Instagram. That's my main goal here for today, is to get you guys on Instagram, realize how important it is, realize it's going to be the platform for real estate in the next 5 to 10 years, and to beat your competition there now. Think of this as a land grab, and right, it's free. There's a digital land grab right now, and our competitors might get there before us. So take action, claim that land, get your bio set up, right? Get content going out. Start to get Instagram followers in your area. You can grow your account there very quickly in just a couple of months. And the way we can get there, guys, if you want my help, I do offer consulting on this. We can do one-on-one consulting. If you want more help with that, you can email me, jake@jakemarkets.com. I also do full Instagram account management. So if you want me to full on manage your account, I do that as well. We can talk about different rates and the different packages I offer, but that is a big part of what I do, is manage Instagram accounts. I'm managing about 10 accounts right now. And I just launched a new course as well. And this is something I'm really, really excited about. I put the last 2 years of my knowledge, everything I've learned, I downloaded it into a course. So if you guys want to get this course, I am offering a very special, just for JJ's group, the first 10 people who buy will get 75% off this course. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to send you guys a special offer. I'll have JJ send that to you guys. But the first 10 people are going to get 75% off my course, where I talk about all these different concepts and a lot more, over 3 hours of content. So yeah, that's some good ways we can work together, guys. If you want to learn more, just send me an email and we can talk about that. Again, there's my email address, jake@jakemarkets.com. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to reach out and get you guys going, get you unstuck on Instagram.
Jake, that was fantastic. I was taking some of my own notes there and doing a little back office stuff here, but great presentation. I'm sure everybody else thought so as well. I saw a number of the comments there. I think we're going to have some great questions for the Q&A coming up. But everybody remember, don't go away. We're going to do the breakout rooms for a short bit and then come back for the Q&A, where I'm sure Jake's going to drop some more gold nuggets on us. So everybody else watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. You can go to flipsideupwithjj.com and see where upcoming speakers are. And feel free to register for the networking group so you can be a part of these Zoom calls and get in on our Q&A in the breakout rooms. So, Jake, we're going to take you to the breakout rooms. But for now, everybody else, we'll see you next week.